Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free.
Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living.
And I'm Marie.
And we want to welcome you to our Sunday chat this morning. This is September the 14th, and our weather outside is beautiful today. We've been having a little bit cooler weather than normal, and so we've really enjoyed it, haven't we?
We have, haven't we?
Yes, but we hadn't had any rain in a while, so we're needing some rain pretty bad. But we got a lot to cover today, so we're going to go ahead and get right to it. But first thing we're going to do is let Marie do the devotion today. And the devotion is on John 15:13, and it's entitled, Laying Down Your Life.
Okay, today's devotion is like Calvin said, it's John 15:13. And it says, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. And the devotion is, like Calvin also said, laying down your life. It says, what does this mean? Do you have to die for someone in order to show your love? Actually, there are other ways of laying down your life for another person. You may lay down your life by giving sacrificially of your time or money to help another person. When you give your life to God in full-time service, that is laying down your life to show your love for others and for God. How do you lay down your life for others and for God? And then down at the end, Leo Bascala, he wrote this. He says, only when you give joyfully without hesitation or thought of gain can you truly know what love means. And if y'all who don't know him, he was a motivational speaker who taught on love. And he's not with us anymore, but that's what he was known for.
And the one that truly laid their life down for us was Jesus.
Right.
But we can serve the Lord by laying our life down in different ways.
In service and other things.
Amen.
And,
that's good devotion today, Marie, and I think it's very timely. Marie, you've got a lot of gifts to go through here, so I'll help you as you go through them. You can handle me, and I'll move them over here.
Okay.
We tried to set everything up so we don't have to open it, and it's not so time-consuming.
And also, I want everyone to remember, everyone in the Purple Prayer Book today. Amen. Please remember each person in here. There's some sad things going on in the Purple Prayer Book. I mean, there's just
a lot of people suffering.
Right, and then we had one that passed away this week, and our hearts go out to their family.
Amen. Okay. You want to do the gifts next?
Okay. Okay, and let's see. I got this right here from Holly. That's my granddaughter's name. I think that's a beautiful name. And it says, sending you sunshine and love. And I love to collect. I've been sort of collecting angels lately. And this right here is beautiful. I'll put this with the rest of my angels collection. And thank you so much for it. It's just lovely, isn't it, Calvin?
It is. And it was packed real good. Mm-hmm. I think it took about 5 minutes just to get out of the box. It was in there so good.
Okay, and I'll go and do this one next. And this is low fat, gluten-free, once a month cooking for two, no nonsense cookbook by James McNaughton. And the person that sent this was Linda, and she sent us a note in here. And she has, it says right here, I remember that I had this cookbook that might help with the gluten problem. It was put together by my co-author, a co-author of mine, whose wife had the same issue. And so he goes on to say, I haven't used it. It was taking up space at my house. a lot of things do have a tendency to do that, don't it? It says, presently I am trying to do a major clean out, and we are too. And so he goes on to say other things, but I can't read every note.
Okay. And that's the book. And I think you said co-author, and it said co-worker.
Oh, okay.
So it must have been one of her co-workers that put the book together.
All right, let's see. Yes, co-worker.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Linda.
And then also, I'm going to do this one right here. Okay, and then today we also got this gluten-free pasta, and we'll certainly be using that. And Penny was the one that sent it. And it says, may the Lord be gracious to you and show his favor and give you his peace. And that was Numbers 6:24. And she also sent us a note. She said that she really enjoyed our channel. And so we appreciate her taking the time to write this note to us. And she sent us a recipe on white chicken chili. And we have made this before. And there's different recipes out there. And I'm going to look at it more closely. And we'll probably make this again in just a few weeks. And we'll be using her recipe. And then she sent us this gluten-free cookbook. It says the Easy Gluten-Free Cookbook, and it's got a lot of good recipes in it. I've already looked through it, and I'm sure that we're going to enjoy this one, and definitely this bacon one also. I can't wait to make some of these desserts that Calvin can eat, and me too. So thank you very much for that gift. And this one right here was from Debbie, and look at that pretty cardinal. I just love it. And then she says, I hope this little note brightens your day. And then she sent us this gluten-free cookbook right here, and it's got a lot of good recipes in it too. I just can't wait to make some of these. So thank y'all so much for this. They'll be very helpful to us, won't they, Calvin?
Yes.
And Calvin, I'm losing my voice a little bit because I've been dealing with allergies. If you want to finish up, you can.
Okay, we've got two more here. This gift is from Evangeline, and she must have seen us when we were at Hobby Lobby last week, but she sent Maria Thomas Kincaid 2026 calendar with scriptures. And this is just beautiful, isn't it, Marie?
Yes.
And so thank you very much, Evangeline. And we will find a good place to hang this one.
Right. I'm looking around in here for a place. Every wall is full, but I'll find a place.
We'll find a good place for it.
Right.
And then the last one here, this came from Andrea in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And she must have watched one of our older videos where Marie was using her KitchenAid. And so she sent us this attachment for the KitchenAid. And this one's different than the one we have. It has the scraper on it so that it will scrape your bowl down. And then she also sent this, and I've never seen one of these before, but it's a pad that you can set your KitchenAid on, and then you can actually slide it without having to pick it up and move it around.
Yes.
Because as you see, it sits way over in that corner, but when we use it, we always bring it to this corner over here. And so we have to pick it up and tote it. But we haven't tried this yet, but we will definitely try it and give it some use and see how it works. But thank you very much, Andrea. Let's see, is it Andrea or Andrea? It may be Andrea, but thank you very much. And if I mispronounced your name, I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm not good with names.
And we thank all of our subscribers for their gifts this week, and for taking time to write us notes, and we appreciate y'all very much. So thank y'all so much for y'all's gifts.
We sure do. Okay, Marie. So we had quite a few gifts there to go through. That took some time. First thing I want to talk about is my brother Gerald. He's doing real good. Thumbs up on that. And we appreciate everyone praying for him. And a lot of you'll ask about my brother Gerald if I forget to say anything. So trying my best to remember and tell you every week how he's doing. But when we went and visited him this last week, he was doing really good, just happy and smiling. Okay. As far as work on my shed out there, y'all watched the video that we had last week where I did paint the floor up on the second floor. And so I went out there this week and I put the second coat on that floor, and it made it look twice as good. And so I'm glad I went ahead and put that second coat on.
Right.
I had the paint extra, so it just sort of made sense to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I hadn't done any more work in there yet because we've been busy all week doing videos. But when I do my next video out there in the shed, I will record it for you and show you what I'm going to be doing. This last week, we've really been busy, Marie. We had 2 doctor's appointments that we had to go to.
We did.
And fortunately, we both got good results from both doctor visits. I went to the heart doctor and Marie went to the rheumatologist. Coming up this coming week, we only have 1 appointment, and that's for me. I have to go have my CT scan done. And so I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not scared of it, but I'm scared of the results. So I'm praying for good results, and y'all continue to pray for me for good results on that CT scan.
I know how he feels about that, because when I used to have to go for my scheduled CT scans, I also was thinking the same thing, nervous.
Yeah, and sort of just, you're nervous, but you're just praying everything works out good.
Right.
Since Marie mentioned that, I mentioned this to Marie earlier today, and this is September the 14th. And don't know how well you remember this, Marie, but I kept notes of it. I actually got my little notebook out right here, and it's got all my notes in there. But September the 16th of 2015 was the day that you had your big surgery down in Atlanta, Marie.
Yeah.
And the way it all worked out, it was a blessing in one way, but it was scary as it could be in another way. But we knew that Marie had a tumor, and it ended up being 13 centimeters big, and it was growing from her spine into her abdomen. And so there's a name for that tumor. It's a rare type of tumor, and I don't have it on this notebook what the name of the tumor was, and I can't remember it. But anyway, they were doing surgery to remove that tumor. And so the day of the surgery, we had to be there very early that morning, and our whole family was down there with us because it was expected to be a 4-hour surgery, and we was all, worried to death. But the day of the surgery, because you had a PET scan just a few days earlier than that, maybe a week earlier, and you hadn't got to see the surgery doctor yet after the PET scan. So the day of the surgery, he told me and Marie that they did find cancer. And he said it was about the size of your thumbnail. And he said, so we're going to go ahead, and while we're doing the surgery to remove your tumor, we're going to go ahead and remove the other organs. And basically, she had a hysterectomy is what it amounts to, right, Marie? That was the extra organs that they removed. But when he got through, it turned out he did tell us the next day that he was able to remove all of the cancer, but yet they would still test it to be sure, and that she would have to go through the chemo and the radiation treatments, and in conjunction with that. But the surgery started off, it was supposed to be about a 4-hour surgery, and I've got all the notes here, times and everything, what they come in and told us. And I held on to this little book. I was there and stayed with Marie the whole time she was in the hospital, never left. And so this was my writing book, and I filled it full. But anyway, the surgery ended up lasting over 10 hours. It started like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was 9:30 that night before she ever came out of the recovery room. And it was the longest day, and I cried and I prayed more than you can ever imagine. And so anyway, I'm not going to get into it. I get too emotional. But Marie went through some very hard times back then. And on top of that, about 2 or 3 weeks after the surgery, you develop the infection, and it's a septic type infection. And it took about 2 months to get that cleared up, involving being in the ICU for a little short period and being in hospital for 10 more days. You had an open wound you had to deal with, and it was tough. We went through some hard times, didn't we, girl?
Yeah.
But Marie made it. It took her about 18 months to 24 months before she got back strong enough that she could actually perform like she is now. And so you're doing great now, Marie. I'm so proud of you. If you had asked me 10 years ago, would you be in this good a shape now? I would have said, I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know. Because she really had to suffer. And even though she had to suffer through all that, God was good to us and blessed us and took care of us. And Marie still has side effects. I'm just going to say it that way. But she has a permanent medical situation that she has to deal with that is a result of the surgery. And so we don't talk about that because Marie has asked me to keep that part private. But she's been through a lot. And I'm so proud of you, girl. But this morning I got up and looked at the date and I realized it was 10 years ago this week. And so you probably didn't want me to talk about that, did you?
It's okay. I don't know if they've heard the story or not.
Well, a few of them probably have heard the story, but I'm sure a lot of the new ones don't know anything about it. Okay, so we're going to jump now to the videos that we did last week. And we did a total of 7 videos last week. The first video we did was our Sunday chat, and it was entitled Treat Others Fairly. And that was a very good Sunday chat, Marie. And the topic was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, the next video we did last week was called Crock Pot French Onion Meatloaf with Swiss Cheese. Now, that was a throwback video. Marie made that about a year ago, and that was the best tasting meatloaf. And it was a beautiful looking meal, too. The way you played it up, it looked great. The next video we did was our Hobby Lobby fall shopping trip. And I think everyone enjoyed that one quite a bit, didn't they, Marie?
Yeah.
And in fact, I think that's where the lady must have seen the calendar because she sent it to us right after that. So we appreciate that.
And also the lady, she must have seen me looking at the angels at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Let me get a quick drink here. Now, when we go on these little shopping trips and we're out looking at things, y'all don't think that we're trying to drop hints, because please don't send us anything. We're not asking for anything at all.
I'm just in the moment. If I see something that I like, I may not get it, but I may like it, but we're not asking y'all to give it to us.
That's right. And like that one lady said,
because I forget, sometimes when I see something, sometimes I think, well, I better not say that because,
The next video we did was Marie cooked the pecan pie dump cake.
Oh, that was good. What can I say? That was really good.
Okay, now I cheated a little bit. After the video went off, I took me a piece of that cake and I used a fork and I took the crust off the top of it that had the flour in it, and I just ate the filling that was in the bottom, and it was delicious.
It was more like a pecan bar than it was cake-like, and that made it even better to me.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah.
And speaking of cheating a little bit, on that particular cake, we sent 2 pieces of that cake across the street to our neighbors, and they just loved it. And so about 2 days later, a doorbell rang, and I go to doorbell, and he had went to Wendy's, and he picked up some Frosties. And so he brought me and Marie both a Frosty. And so
it was good too.
yeah, it was great, but I'm not supposed to eat Frosties. But several of our viewers had told me when I mentioned milk problems, they said you could take those enzyme pills and you could have milk and it wouldn't bother you. So I had bought a bottle of those enzyme pills, and I had not tried any of them. So I went and got the bottle, read the directions, and it said to take up to 3 of those pills. So I went ahead and took 3 of those pills. Then I probably ate a third of the Frosty, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I ate part of the Frosty. It was delicious, and it did not bother me a bit. So whoever recommended those enzyme pills to me, I think there were 2 or 3 different people, but I appreciate that recommendation, and I'm going to keep that bottle handy because I'll use it from time to time.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next video we did last week was the Chick-fil-A meal with the gluten-free bun, and also Marie had her doctor's appointment. And I'm thankful that your doctor's appointment went good and they were able to draw your blood without any trouble.
Right. They couldn't quite get what they wanted in the blood, in the tubes, but they got enough that it worked.
That's right. I almost got the hiccups there. Okay. That Chick-fil-A, several people made the comment that they've never known of a Chick-fil-A that come out and wait on you at the table. Well, when you go in the Chick-fil-A, if you go to the left, they have a regular Chick-fil-A where you walk up to the counter and place your order, and you can either take it with you or go out there and sit at the table. If you go to the right, they have waitresses and waiters, and they seat you, and they'll come take your order, bring your food to you and everything. Now, I think that service costed a little extra. And I also think you get a little more food because we've never got that many waffle fries with an order that we get going through the window or whatever. But it was a very delicious meal, and our waiter, he was extremely nice. And if I understood him correctly, he said that was his first table to wait. But he was extremely nice, and he seen that we were doing recording and everything. And I told him we were doing it for YouTube. And so he was very excited about that. And so I asked him, I said, would you like to be on camera for just a second? He said, oh, I'd love it. And so we let him be on camera for just a second. And he's a young person. He's the kind, if he wanted to start his YouTube channel, he could do fantastic with it, couldn't he, Marie? Okay. The next video that we did was Calvin's doctor appointment, and we went to the Piccadilly. Now, on that video, of course, naturally, I got a good report too on that video. But at the Piccadilly, we had the grilled pork chops. Now, that was my first time having the grilled pork chops. Marie has had them a couple of times before, and she was telling me, said, Calvin, you need to try those. They're really good. The only reason I hadn't tried them is because sometimes pork chops can be hard to chew if you've got dentures. And everybody knows I got dentures. Okay, so I gave it a try, though, and it was good. It was tender enough I was able to eat it, and so I was very satisfied with that meal. And it's good to know. One thing about Piccadilly, they have enough different items that I can go in there and get something that's gluten-free and still get a very good meal. And this particular location, it's called Piccadilly, and it's not the same as the restaurant that used to be around several years ago called Piccadilly.
Yeah.
A lot of people get it confused, but there used to be a Piccadilly around here somewhere, not in Rome, but another town, but that Piccadilly went out of business. But this Piccadilly has been in business for a lot of years, and it's owned by an individual. And he used to be in a small location closer to us, and he moved out there to that bigger location. So we have to drive a little further to go to it, but we love it still, don't we?
We do.
Okay, the next video we did was called White Bean Tomato Soup. Now on that video, I did all the cooking, and I took Marie a bowl of it to let her enjoy it. And I loved mine. It was extremely delicious.
Yeah.
And
I was dealing with dehydration at that particular time, and so Calvin, he did that one alone, didn't you?
I did? Well, how did you like it?
It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And you can make a good meal at home, which is 3 cans and just a few spices, and it'd be very economical and feed your family. So,
Yeah, that meal probably cost, I didn't add the price up, but less than $3 to make.
Yeah, and you could, if you have a really big family, you could put in more canned goods
Oh
naturally.
yeah, you could double it or whatever. But that gave us a real good meal. It was actually last night. And then we've got enough left over. We can have that again today for lunch. And that's probably what we'll do is have that for lunch. It'd be real good for lunch.
Yeah.
And there may be enough for at least one more serving after we have lunch off of it today. Okay, Marie.
Yeah, and this day and time, you need those economical meals, and it had protein in it, and meat is a little high these days.
Perfect. That's what I've been trying to remember to say, and I didn't even say that in the video when I made it. But by adding those beans to that tomato soup, it was like having tomato soup with protein.
Right.
So it's very good for you, and wouldn't hurt anybody to eat that on a regular basis.
No, and you can make it vegetarian too by putting vegetable broth in it, and you can just put water in it. You don't even have to use chicken broth or vegetable broth if you're down to just a few pennies.
There you go. And that chicken broth that we bought at Sam's about 2 or 3 weeks ago in that big jar, and it's powdered chicken broth. I've been using that in all of our recipes, and I love it because it is gluten-free and it's very easy to use. And so that'll be our new go-to for broth. Okay, Marie, that covers everything, hon. We've had a very busy week this week.
We have.
We've had a lot of gifts that come in, and we appreciate all those gifts.
Yes, but y'all don't have to do that.
Yeah, y'all please remember, we're not asking for anything. You know, we make our living off of Social Security. We do live off Social Security.
Yeah.
But our YouTube channel is what we started several years ago just to make a little extra money.
Right.
And YouTube takes care of us pretty good, okay? And
But you don't get rich on it unless
no,
you know, some people do.
well, but it takes care of us pretty good.
Yeah.
We couldn't be going out and eating these $30 meals if we didn't have the YouTube money coming in regularly.
And we didn't,
So-
and we never even ate out ever until, you know, we had some extra money. But we don't just, you know, spend it recklessly. We do save too.
And we also make donations also.
Right.
But I just want to make that statement. Please don't feel obligated to send us gifts because we don't need anything. If we see something we need, we'll get it, won't we, Marie?
Yeah.
And but we appreciate everyone that does send us the gifts. It's very kind of you. We love the cards that you send.
And we appreciate our viewers and their thoughtfulness too.
And this morning, I read a comment, and if I can find the comment, I'll make a picture of it and stick it on the screen here. But it was from one of our viewers, and it just immediately when I read it, it just, you know, touched me so good. And I appreciate each and every one of your comments. We read every single one, and every single one means so much to us. But sometimes, you know, I might be in a little bit of depression, and I read just the right thing, and that's all it takes to make me feel good. And so we appreciate it. Appreciate every comment, every like, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. We did hit 99,000, and so we're getting very close to the 100,000. It's probably going to still take several weeks before we actually get there, but we're working on it, aren't we, Marie?
Yeah.
Marie, I think our battery wants to go dead on us, so I'll go ahead and let you close this video out for us. But y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you on our next video.
Yeah, and like Kevin said, y'all have a great weekend and enjoy the beautiful weather. I hope you're having it like we are right now. So I'm going to close the video out now. So y'all do what you love and love what you do. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye. Have a great weekend.
Welcome to Southern Country Living, where Calvin and Marie's love is always given. Cooking up a storm, sharing their life. Do what you love, love what you do. That's their advice. Down in the South, where the living is sweet. Come on in, take a seat. We'll show you how to cook with love and live a life that you're proud of.